Yeah, I can't even say we ever met. We always been around each other.
Yeah, what you see?
We're family. You know, we were raised. You know, both of us, you could say we were raised by our grandmother and our granddad. You know, we did have our parents in our life, but that was the place that we all went. That we, you know, every weekend we were going to grandma's house.
Yeah.
So
you came to our grandparents' house, you felt like family, like it felt like home.
Right.
Maybe once you leave out the door, you want to go outside and call your people up.
Right. It just gave you, it kind of gave us a vibe, you know, and kind of really shaped us into a lot, because most of the things that we learned were at home, because our grandparents, they wasn't much on letting us just run the streets like that.
Crazy.
That was like, you gonna be in the house, you gonna work, you gonna clean, you gonna do this, you gonna do that.
Yeah.
So we learned a lot growing up there, and we just added it to the music, because you know, all my aunties sing, my mother sing, my uncle sing, my grandma sing, my granddad sung, and they were all heavy in the church. So we were kind of raised from that cloth, but we just wanted to kind of do our own thing.
Yeah, and for me, like, for the Woods, what it meant for me, like how you were saying, is being independent, and taught us, I know it taught me how to be independent, like to be my own boss, you know, work for yourself, be, and you know, boss minded.
Right.
And it's not a lot of families like raise their kids up like that.
Right.
They teach them how to go to school, but they don't never teach them how to be you, your own logo. These logos that you're going out to buy, Nikes and all this stuff, you don't have nothing out there with your name on it.
Right.
So why not get your own?
Right.
So that's what Woods meant to me, for us like that.
Right.
And, you know, to us.
Right. Right. Because that's, you know, that's the one thing we feel like they could never take from us.
Yeah,
the
you
music.
can't take that. That sound, that nothing. Can't take it away.
Main reason is, you know, we from the country, you know, North Atlanta, and that's all that was around. It was trees.
That was it, trees.
You know,
that was here before anybody.
Yeah, it was trees, and my grandma's house where we were raised up, a lot of times they had two big trees out in their front yard, and that was like the family trees for us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we always revert back to that, and you know, think about, you know, the strength of a tree and what it represents. I think it represents the sound of the record, because it's really organic. Like, we're trying to get back to the natural
rootness,
the natural music, what it evolved from. You know what I'm saying? Instead of what it's evolved to with all this crazy stuff, we're really just trying to get back to the roots of the music. So that's another reason.
Yeah.
Well, for the whole project, to be honest, probably took about 4 months. We really just got into a groove, and we were just recording like every day, 2 or 3 songs every day, and we got up you know, a nice catalog to where we could come back and actually pick from the songs that we made.
Yeah, the different genres. It's not just one group of song. It's soul. It's some of it is, we got a little rock.
Yeah.
It's different. It's
little
different
jazz.
type of jazzy.
Yeah.
It's just a whole different type sound that we trying to bring to music that's been missing for a long time.
Really, because we still work full time, so we're still trying to balance, like, you know, regular life with the recording and all that kind of stuff. So, it took a little while, but it actually went kind of quick once we got everything, together and really got focused on the project. Uh, I wouldn't say in a way, but we definitely, we're working on different projects and with other artists. So we're always doing a lot. So sometimes, I wouldn't say it's held back, but maybe put on pause for the moment, and we might work on something else, and keep evolving. Um, it's really kind of hard to know when it's complete. It's just really, after we listened to it and really seeing what we had to just,
both agree on the sound.
right. Once we came together and was like, okay, all right, what do you feel about this? What do you feel about this? And I think once we got on the same page and agreed to what we had, it was like, okay, it was pretty easy after that. Most of the stuff that we do is improvisation. So we're not necessarily sitting down trying to think of a concept. A lot of the times it's like we may be having a conversation about something. And if we feel strongly about what we're talking about, we kind of incorporate it with the music. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how Family Tree really came along, because we were just talking about how we grew up and, just, all the stuff that our grandparents showed us. And it was like, man, before everything, it was the family tree. So
Yeah, I guess it was just the bond that, that we had for us, the circle that we grew up around. Like I said, our family, grandmother, she used to sit around the sweet floor, make songs, just freestyling off of that. And I guess, as a child, you hear stuff like that instead of hearing arguing and fussing and fighting all the time, negative. You hear positive like that. So as we got older, that would make me feel good. So,
right, the music always brought us back to a place of like peace, and
yeah,
we felt safe there.
yeah, safe at it.
Well, for me, I think I started probably when I was about early elementary. The first thing I ever wrote, like just like poetry stuff, little poems about stuff that I was going through. And it really started to evolve to where I was writing songs and music when I was about about 10th grade of high school.
Yeah, for me, I said it was probably about 11th grade. The song that I wrote was "World in the Eye of a Black Man." But I wrote it in like a poem type form, and that's what I used to do write a lot of poems, but I didn't know how to put it to a song, to a melody. And I think, as I got older and whatever I put down on paper is deeper when I write now.
Our main thing is just to, be free with the music, not to overthink it. Sometimes just let it flow, whatever you're thinking at that moment, whatever you're going through, just put it right there on the record.
Yeah,
and
fix it later.
Fix it later.
You can come back and do it over.
Right, you can always
feel
listen
right
to
then
it.
and there.
Right.
So I say it's like on 10 when I get in front of the mic.
Yeah, we kind of just go then and come back later if needed. Sometimes it comes together. Sometimes we need to put a little bit more work with it. think it's sped it up.
Yeah, a lot. Like I was saying, like you can always go back. That's the thing. Like I was even telling Cody, like man, like you just don't know, man. I can get in there and put something on there, and I can hear it, and I can always go back and add something or take it off. I was like, man, that's beautiful. I have the power and the ability to do that. Yeah.
Right.
Versus like long time ago, you know, when they in there, they got the natural, they got their drums or whatnot. It's only like one take.
Right.
You have to do it right that first time.
Right.
Ain't no messing up.
Right.
Can't go back. So.
I think we got a lot easier than you know, a lot of the people that paved the way for us, because they would have to do it all the way at one time. You know, you had to do it perfect. So I think a lot of times we incorporate that also to where we might just want to go through the whole track, like, you know, as a remembrance to what we came from with before we had all these, you know, things that could help us like Pro Tools and Logics where we can chop up the beat and chop up the vocals. Sometimes we just want to go and give that straight organic feel, no cuts and no chasers.
Course.
Yeah, we got we definitely got
no discrimination.
a couple of people we're working with. One of our closest friends, Pilot, he goes by the name of Pilot. Another of our close associates, Cal, he's doing an EP. Oh, my bad. I'm in the studio. That's Pilot right there. I know he probably just heard me say his name, so he called me. But yeah, we actually got a team of people that we do music with, because I mean, it's a family with us. We got a lot of people that, even though they may not be in our actual group, to us, we're all family, so we're always collaborating. I think it's diversified.
Yeah.
If I can say anything, because everybody has their own style, and how we are, I think.
It's really add-on music.
Right, we're kind of like an add-on.
Yeah.
So with us, it's like whatever you bring to the table,
It's just on add-on.
we can come and add something to it. We don't want to change anybody's style. We don't want to change anybody's sound. So it kind of creates a new sound with us working with them, letting them stay in their lane, and we coming in our lane, and we put those things together and kind of mix them up and see what we can do with it.
Yeah.
It's definitely personal.
Oh yes.
It's definitely personal.
That's for anyone, like I said, anyone who has one. You got one. So that's you.
Right.
That's who you are.
And I think we relate to the normal, the normal crowd, should I say. Not the wealthy, you know what I'm saying? Not the, or the trap lane. What we're really trying to convey is like the regular working, person, citizen that, gets a paycheck. That's what we represent. That's what we're for. Yeah, I think so, because right now we're actually in the midst of creating a band. So I think that will add a little bit to our sound, and I think we're on the path now with the connections we're making. I think we just got to stay a little bit more focused, maybe drop another EP, and I do see touring in our future. Well, I'll let you tell them about Family Tree.
Family Tree, just when, you feel like what it meant to me is people, you feel like it's nothing else. I think you had the situation of feeling like it's nobody else. I don't have nobody. I don't have no family. None of that. Everybody got a family. Everybody have one. And Like I say, you just have to build it up, let it grow. It's unlimited.
Yep. Yeah, and it's kind of like a ode to our family, you know, that raised us, that taught us so much. Because, family is very dear to us. You know what I'm saying? Our family was always really close. So it's like, we wanted to do that to represent, our family, the ones who brought us here. The
The
world.
world.
Man, the world is really deep, man. Be Free came to me with that. He had the track already. He had the concept for it and everything. And he was just like, man, I just want people to know like what it is that we go through as regular, black men in America working in these corporate jobs, doing 9 to 5. How people look at us and how we're portrayed to society. Especially with all the things going on with the presidency and the police killing us. It's just like, I think he wanted to give the world the eye of what we go through, from our perspective.
Yeah, what it meant to me when I had wrote it, man, the world was just going through a whole bunch of crazy stuff, and I think at the time that was a song I came up with to where people need to hear that. I don't care what color you are, I don't care who you are. You have to look at the world, what's going on, the reason why we are black, and the reason why we be mad at certain things.
Right.
So it's just a vision that I had when I, came up with the concept of writing it. So the world and I are black.
Yep.
Jazz is that was just a feeling of like jazz in your soul. Jazzy girl, however you want to wake up in the morning, feel good about yourself, put your makeup on, put your wig on, put your whatever, you just want to feel jazzy.
It's actually Roush, and it comes from it's a type of Mustang, and the reason why that came about is I actually purchased a Mustang and then kind of got into the whole Mustang craze, Mustang Nation, and I wanted to know more about it, and that was like one of the customizers, well-known customizers to the Mustangs, and I just wanted to give him a shout out, you know what I'm saying, because he makes some dope Mustangs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Lotto is really the concept of, when you may not have a lot of money and you may be, in a shaky situation, but when you have your friends and your family around you,
That's Lotto.
That's like you hit the lotto. You can be down, you can be depressed, but when you get around your day ones, the people that are really there for your good, for your interest,
That's Lotto.
that's like you hit the lotto. It's nothing better than that with your uncle on the grill, and you know what I'm saying, and they got the music playing. It's like you won. You won $1 million.
Feeling, whatever good feeling in your life that it feels good, can't nobody take it away from you. That's Lotto.
Yep.
You wouldn't even be mad if you don't win the lottery.
Yeah.
Because you got everything else that's gonna keep carrying you to get the lottery.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
Lotto.
Yep.
Just let people know that, like I said, we just two humble South Side dudes representing the North 400. the Woods, and we just trying to just get our foot in the door of making this good, positive music, man. That's all I can say.
We just want to kind of make some music for the adults. Because I think it's a lot of people catering to the young crowd, and it's like, for our age group, it's been neglected. Like, you know, nobody's thinking about what the average working adult wants to hear. You know, what kind of music do they want to hear? Because we don't always want to have to dig into the vaults to hear stuff that we've already heard. Sometimes we want to hear somebody, you know, fresh that's going through the same situations that we're going through now, and let us know. So I guess that's why we did it, because that was the kind of music that we were looking for. So we figured, hey, why not make it ourselves?